right, let's dive deep into this one. The world of professional hockey is a relentless beast, a high-stakes drama played out on ice, where dreams are forged and sometimes shattered. We're not just talking about goals and assists. We're talking about identity, fit, and the brutal calculus of a team's future. So let me ask you this. Can you feel the chill in the air, not just from the approaching winter, but from the icy grip of inevitability tightening around a once promising future? Remember the buzz? The electric anticipation surrounding Patrik Laine, the sniper with the cannon shot, when he first donned the storied Canadiens jersey. Well, what if I told you that dream, that vision of offensive glory, is now not just fading, but rapidly dissolving into the harsh reality of an almost certain departure? This isn't just another injury report. This is a deep dive into a situation that feels less like a temporary setback and more like a definitive fork in the road for both Patrik Laine and the Montreal Canadiens. The whispers have grown into a roar, and the signs, my friends, are flashing brighter than a goal light in overtime. Let's cut straight to the heart of the matter. Patrik Laine is sidelined, and not just for a few games. We're talking about an injury that's expected to keep him out until 2026, with a projected return in 3 to 4 months. Now, let's do some quick math. The Olympics are just 3 months away. This means, in all likelihood, we shouldn't expect to see Laine back on the ice before the games. This isn't just a physical blow, it's a strategic one, a significant wrench thrown into the gears of an already complex situation. In the immediate term, this injury creates a vacuum, and in the cutthroat world of the NHL, vacuums are quickly filled. Players who have been scratching and clawing for more ice time for a chance to prove their worth will now get that opportunity. Laine, despite his immense talent, wasn't exactly logging heavy minutes at even strength. His absence, while unfortunate, paradoxically opens the door for others to step up, to carve out their own roles, and to solidify their place in Martin St. Louis's evolving lineup. And that brings us to a crucial point: Martin St. Louis. The Canadiens' head coach is a man with a clear vision, a philosophy rooted in speed, relentless effort, and defined roles. Laine, with his often erratic 5-on-5 play, simply wasn't fitting into that mold. He wasn't in the right chair, as some would say, when he was on the ice. His style, while capable of flashes of brilliance, often seemed to disrupt the flow and identity that St. Louis is meticulously trying to build. This injury, therefore, inadvertently gives St. Louis a chance to further refine his trios, to create lines with more cohesive identities without the challenge of integrating a player whose game at times felt like an outlier. It's a harsh truth, but sometimes subtraction can lead to addition in terms of team chemistry and strategic alignment. All these factors, when woven together, make it increasingly difficult to envision Patrik Laine remaining in Montreal beyond the current season. And why is this season so critical? Because it's the last one on his contract. This isn't just speculation. It's a sentiment echoed by those deeply entrenched in the hockey world. Antoine Roussel, a former NHL player known for his candid insights, hit the nail squarely on the head during the Sortie de Zone podcast. His words were unequivocal, leaving little room for doubt. It's clear that the Canadiens will not renew Patrik Laine's contract. Antoine Roussel, that's a powerful statement, coming from someone with an intimate understanding of the game and locker room dynamics. Roussel's argument is compelling. Laine, for all his undeniable skill, simply doesn't align with the fast, hard-working identity that the Canadiens are so diligently trying to cultivate. This isn't a knock on Laine's talent. It's a question of fit, of synergy, of whether his individual brilliance can be seamlessly integrated into the collective vision of the team. Beyond the on-ice system, there's also the subtle, yet incredibly important aspect of the locker room. How well does Laine truly adapt to the team's culture? Is he a natural fit within the group? Or does his presence create a different dynamic? These are questions that management and coaching staff undoubtedly ponder, and they weigh heavily in decisions about a player's long-term future with a franchise. In a rebuilding team, fostering a strong, unified locker room is paramount, and any perceived discord, no matter how minor, can be a significant concern. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. The Laine faithful, those who marvel at his massive talent, will argue that there's still time. Time to fix things, time for him to adapt, time for the stars to align. And yes, in hockey, stranger things have happened. But the reality, my friends, is that the situation is becoming increasingly difficult, the path to reconciliation more and more obscured. The writing, it seems, is not just on the wall, but etched deeply into the very fabric of the team's direction. We are quite clearly heading towards a separation within the next year. This isn't just a gut feeling, it's a logical conclusion when you consider the Canadiens' long-term strategy. The organization has been meticulously building its prospect pool, and there are numerous top six forwards, the ideal role for a player of Laine's caliber who are developing rapidly in the Canadian subsidiaries. These young guns represent the future, the very core of what the Canadiens aspire to be. Their emergence makes Laine's potential role less important, less essential to the team's trajectory. Why commit significant resources to a player who doesn't quite fit the mold when you have a pipeline of hungry, developing talent ready to step in and embody the team's identity? The injury, while a setback for Laine personally, also presents a complex challenge for the Canadiens from a management perspective. On one hand, it means they don't have to put him on the ice while he recovers, which might be seen as a temporary relief given the ongoing questions about his fit. On the other hand, it makes the prospect of trading the Finnish forward at the trade deadline significantly more difficult, if not impossible. A team looking to acquire Laine would be taking on a player with a significant injury and an expiring contract, a high-risk proposition that few general managers would be willing to entertain. This effectively ties the Canadiens' hands, forcing them to ride out the season with Laine on the roster, even if the long-term plan is clearly moving in a different direction. But amidst all this strategic maneuvering and contractual speculation, let's not forget the human element. For Patrik Laine, the immediate priority above all else is his full health. The club's doctors and Laine himself are focused on his recovery, on getting him back to 100%. After that, and only after that, will we truly see where the season takes him, and more importantly, where his career path diverges from the storied franchise of the Montreal Canadiens. It's a tough business, this hockey, and sometimes even immense talent isn't enough to overcome the challenges of fit, system, and the relentless march of a team's rebuild. So, what do you think about Laine's future? Is there still a path for him in Montreal, a way for this dynamic sniper to find his footing and truly contribute to the Canadiens' vision? Or is this truly the inevitable end of the road for Patrik Laine in a Habs uniform? We want to hear your thoughts, your theories, your passionate takes on this unfolding drama. Let us know in the comments below, and if you found this deep dive insightful and thought-provoking, hit that like button and share it with your fellow hockey fanatics. Your engagement fuels this conversation, and we love hearing from you.